In the lobby of Ramsey Solutions, Gabe and Megan are with us. Hey, guys, how's life?
Great. How are you?
Welcome. Where do y'all live?
We're from Connersville, Indiana.
Which is near?
We're about halfway between Indianapolis and Cincinnati.
Okay, cool. Well, good to have you in Nashville. Thanks for joining us. And you're here to do your debt-free scream.
Yes, sir.
I love it. How much have you paid off?
We paid off $34,826.08, and we cash flowed an additional $12,000 on top of that.
For what?
Master's classes for Gabe, my medical bills.
Okay. Yeah. And how long did it take you to do this?
2.5 years.
Gotcha. Making what kind of range of income during that time?
We started at about 70, and then once Gabe finished his master's, we bumped to about 82. And then in January of 2015, we bumped back down to 62 because I started staying home.
Oh, very cool. Okay. Excellent. What's your master's in, Gabe?
Agriculture education.
Okay, very cool. So you teaching or what?
Yeah. I'm an ag teacher and an FA advisor.
Okay, perfect. Good for you. Fun. So what kind of debt was the $35,000?
Oh my gosh, we had a van payment, personal loans, home equity loan. We paid off a credit card twice, and medical bills.
Student loan?
No, we had already paid them off.
Okay, all right. But $35,000 worth of debt, and of course he's got $12,000 more to go on his master's when you look up and realize this 2.5 years ago. So what happened? What got you on fire?
Well, I started talking with a coworker that was listening to your show and working the plan. And at first I wasn't really sold, but I started listening and started listening to podcasts in the mornings before school and after school and at night. And you kind of moved in there for a little while. And then, and then my wife started listening, and she kind of got hooked, and we started.
Okay.
It took me a while. Like, I thought he had joined a cult initially. Yeah, I mean, it was in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, all the time. But
he was a little too involved in the podcast.
A little bit, yeah.
I got you. Okay. That happens. They're addicting. I understand. Yeah. It's a good addiction, at least. Yeah. But yeah. So he's doing all that, and you just got curious? You want to know what all this was about, or what?
I'm not really sure. I finally picked up the Total Money Makeover, read it, and said, if we're going to do this, we have to do it together. So we just kind of jumped in and went from there.
Yeah. Kind of waved the white flag and surrendered to the whole deal, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I got it. Cool. So that time then you said, okay, we got to do this together. Then what was the first step? What did you do from there?
We started reading the book.
Yeah.
Okay.
I finished it pretty quick and then told Gabe he needed to read it. He thought he knew since he listened to the podcast, but he read it.
Okay.
And actually, baby step one was easy for us because we already had money in savings.
Sure.
So then we just started that snowball after that.
Okay, and just tore into it in 2.5 years.
Yep.
Yeah.
What was the hardest part of the 2.5 years for y'all?
Oh my gosh, we didn't cut up our credit card until January of this year.
Yeah. Oh.
That's why we had to pay it off twice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because it's always kind of been.
So you figured out you have to learn some things the hard way.
Yeah,
right?
it's always kind of been the thing that we relied on if something came up. And so
that was your emergency fund.
Yes, exactly, because we had never had anything saved. But we finally cut it up.
Yeah, we
closed it.
Great.
Yeah, when you ran after you paid it off and then you ran debt back up on it, what were you buying?
Oh my gosh, we got a new mattress.
Oh, okay. Wasn't an emergency.
No, it was not an emergency.
Stuff at Disney World.
So you just kind of fell off the wagon in the middle of the deal.
Yeah,
Very much
absolutely.
so, yeah.
All right, and that added to the balance that then you had to go back and tear into it again.
Yeah.
So when you fall off the wagon like that, what caused you to? How were you able to get back on? What caused you to? Did you just bounce back on and say, okay, that's it, or? I mean, did you take a month off and then have to have a re-meeting kind of? I mean, how did that happen?
Yeah, we had to go back and just start over. I mean, we were in debt again and looked up and said, what are we doing? We made some stupid decisions here. And we just really started meeting regularly and going through the budget and focusing and listening to the podcast. And
then I started listening morning, noon, and night.
yeah, so you moved back in.
Yeah, you moved back in.
There it is right there.
Yeah.
Okay. So really what happened was the mistake in the middle increased your intensity to go on to the finish line.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Now, will you do it again? Will you go back in debt again?
No way.
No.
You are done.
No.
Yep, they're gone.
Okay. Very good. Good for you guys.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So when you're Professor Gabe and those students are in there and they find out that Gabe doesn't borrow money and he's debt free, and they say, how did you do that? What do you tell them the secret to getting out of debt is?
Wait to get what you want. Make some sacrifices. And if you really want something, go work for it. And actually right now, even in class, I talk about how debt's dumb. and how they never want to get in debt, because I deal with high school kids, and they're really looking at college, and I'm only going to pay $20,000 a year for college. And I'm like, guys, you got that money? And they're like, no, I'm just going to get some student loans. And I just say, guys, that's going to really set you behind, and try to talk to them about things like that.
Okay. Very cool. Very cool. So have a plan and stay out of debt.
Absolutely.
And what do you all tell people when people ask you how you got out of debt? What did you guys do, Megan?
I don't
What's
know.
the secret to what you did?
We got on board together.
Together.
For sure.
That's
yeah,
big.
because when Gabe was kind of doing it, I was like, but when we came together, that was really helpful. And then honestly, we've had so many people tell us, oh, that's fine, but I could never do that. And you just have to commit and go. And when you fall off the wagon, just jump back on eventually, and it'll come, it'll come out in the end.
Yep. Okay. Perfect. Well, good job, y'all.
Thanks.
It's an honor to meet you. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Very well done. Gabe and Megan from Indianapolis, and the kids' names are what?
This is Cora. She's 7, and Emmett is 6.
And Emmett is 6. Okay, very cool. All right, Cora and Emmett, have they been practicing?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
They're ready to go? Yeah. All right.
Ready?
Gabe and Megan in Indianapolis, Indiana area, $35,000 paid off, plus $12,000 paid towards his master's in 2.5 years, making 70 to 82 to 62. Count it down. Let's hear a debt-free scream.
Ready?
3, 2, 1.
We're debt-free! I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. That is fun. Now, you heard it. You heard the sound of a family tree being changed. The sound of a family tree being changed.
Hey, you guys. Rachel Cruz here. Hope you're enjoying the Dave Ramsey Show. And did you know that I have my very own YouTube channel? Yes, that's right. It's kind of better than the Dave Ramsey channel. Don't tell them I said that. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So subscribe, and there's lots of videos about life and money. So while you're at it, if you want to check out a video, then you can check out how to do a monthly budget. It's one of the best videos out there.